going on YouTube? It's free. We're back with another video of Not For Sale. Today we're gonna start off on a different note. All right, there's been a lot of tragic events happening throughout the month. Like, it's sad out here. So first and foremost, we want to take a moment of silence for everybody that has lost their lives in the past traumatic events that's been going on in Buffalo, Texas. Tulsa.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Just want to take a moment real quick. Just send our condolences out. All right. Let's get into, well, I started a little bit. So, the moment of silence kind of ties into what we're talking about today, which is mental health and how it's not really shined upon. The topic isn't really brought up enough for, well, at least for my liking. I mean, is it for your likings? Is it brought up enough for you? Is it brought up enough for you? Damn sure not brought up enough for me.
Well, you can go ahead. You can go first. Well, what you got to say?
What?
About mental health?
Is it brought up for you? Like, is it brought up for you enough? Do you think it's discussed enough?
Yeah.
In your friend groups, in your house, and
everywhere. Social medias, everything.
Well, I feel like in our friend group, I mean, of course we check up on each other every time and stuff like that. It's not like we, I say one thing that like we're not like, it's not like we, I don't know, going over, like factual shit. You know what I mean? Like we just like, how you doing, bro? Like, you straight? Like, all right, just checking up on you. Type shit. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
I definitely agree. I think now in just this time where we're at, mental health is becoming like a real thing that people, like, from athletes to musicians to teachers to like things that they're instituting in schools and other places. I do think that mental health is now starting to like really starting to ramp up in terms of like advocacy, in terms of how much is being like, publicized and like in the media. So I do think that it is becoming like a good thing. Like, not a good thing, but like, something that people are doing, which I'm very proud of, because a lot of these like things that happen, some of them are really like race related, which is like just sick, right? Yeah. But then a lot of them, like a lot of these events do stem from some type of like some type of mental health thing that really is like someone's mental has been deteriorated over time by society, by people, by parents, and it's like it's really hard to kind of come back from that. So I think that now with all the shit that's going on, and especially how like people are really starting to take a stand for their mental health, and I'm really proud of that, especially as somebody who goes through like a lot of stuff. Do y'all think y'all go through, what type of stuff do y'all like? I'm sorry, we jogged into it really quick, but like what stuff do y'all think y'all deal with, any like mental health stuff wise?
I mean, honestly, it would just be like the stress of not being good enough or not being where I want to be in life, and that kind of affects like my happiness for real. Yeah. And I'd say like the struggles of mental health has always like really been there for real. Mm-hmm. Like back in high school, I knew plenty of people that had like struggles with their mental, and it's really not until later on in life, like nowadays, or like COVID, or like when COVID started, people start opening up about their mental health, or even right now, more people are opening up about it, and that's great. That's a really great thing that people open up about, like what's going on in their head. But it's like it also has to come with positive affirmations.
No, yeah, that's like a we can get into that.
It's like
a coping mechanism.
Yeah, it's like when people hear something that like other people are going through, like for instance, like it was somebody I was talking to, right? Telling me about like how like parents separated, it's like a whole bunch of drama going on, and like people will just be like, that's life. Like,
yeah, I hate that.
It's like, don't just say that's like, at least like let them know things are going to be okay. Don't just disregard what their mental is going through. Like, no, like that shit can really affect a person and how they live for and people gotta stop taking that lightly, in my opinion.
No, I definitely agree. I think because I have a therapist, we talk every week,
My man Dalton. Shout out to my man Dalton, bro. Like this though, Dalton is my man's, and I think therapy is something that all people need, especially black men. I think being able to express your thoughts is another thing. But like y'all, some of y'all probably know my mental health, like, you know, history. I was severe like manic depression, and like now it's like really severe like chronic anxiety. Like I have really bad like anxiety now, so it like kind of moved from like severe depression to like anxiety, which is even in itself is like a weird kind of like shift that I'm still like battling. Which and the thing about it, what's so interesting about mental health is that you see people and they like, because if you see me, bro, and you see how you would never think that like
that you going
through I go through.
I'm the same way with
yeah,
that. Yeah,
because like, bro, when I mean to tell you, I could be out and I mean I'm smiling like, stay beautiful, stay this, like you look good, like you this, you that.
Ask, are you okay? Like 50 million times.
I'm asking somebody else, are you okay? And then like, I mean, I'm there for somebody else, and then at the end of the day, I go home and I'm like,
nigga, are you okay?
Yeah, I go home, I ain't talking to nobody and none of that, but like, I don't know. Like I'm still working on it, so that's why I'm not completely all the way there, which is the whole essence of free. Like I'm not really there mentally altogether, but like I am trying. It's like a whole bunch of like things. Like Monty, what you think? What's your mental?
What's your mental status on right now?
Yeah.
I mean, we all go through stuff.
Yeah,
like
100%.
That makes you like question yourself, your abilities, and stuff like that. Like I think right now, my whole thing is just some challenges I'm, trying to get through, like finding a better job and like
facts.
that.
Yeah,
and finding something within my field. But if I'm completely honest, like, I mean, I just take it one day at a time. To be real with you, it's not like I can't say that that I'm like stressing or like doubting myself, because like I know what I'm capable of, you know, and it's just, I guess I just feel like it's just a matter of time till, things happen. I try not to like, I really do try not to like worry about it and stress about it, because like, I mean, shit matters, but at the end of the day, like at the same time, like it really don't.
Yeah.
So
it's like people forget how small they are in the world.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's billions and billions and billions of people in this world, and it's like, yeah, the shit that you're going through is bad. Not to even deteriorate or just say there's nothing wrong with what you're going through, but it's people out here that's going through worse.
I like to think of it like that.
Yeah. Like, so it's like you gotta be thankful for like the place that you're in right now, because shit, you could be in Africa with no food, or fucking Ukraine getting your house blown in. Like, nah, bro. That situation could be definitely worse.
I think that like, yeah, you could always say that, but it's like everyone's worse is different to them, right? Because like there are people that are like how you're describing, who mentally feel kind of good. Like their situation may not be as shit, and it may not be like how we see it, but how they see it, like it's homeless people that are homeless that feel mentally at peace. You know what I'm saying? And that there are people like billionaires, and it's people like, I'll say like me, or people that I know who go through the same stuff as me, who have these different things. I'm not saying what you're saying is completely like a negative way of thinking. I agree. I just think that there, it depends. Like it could be worse. Is really on a person by person basis.
Don't say, hey, trust me. It's been times where I've looked at this perspective like I'm tiny in this world, but I still feel like, damn, I feel like shit right now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like my back is against the wall. It's like I'm not good enough. It's still like those mental thoughts that pop up in my head.
What do those like do to you? Because I know I'm curious, because different mental stuff does something like different through your day-to-day life. So like, how does that like, what does that do for you in your day-to-day, like when you have those type of emotions?
When these emotions like when these emotions like enter my head for real, it just slows me down for real. Like I could be doing like so much more. I could be training, I could be drawing, I could be figuring out like new avenues, but like I'll just sit there and try to figure out what the fuck going on with me. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, why is everything like going the way it's going?
Yeah.
Why can't things be better? And I've been in a lot of like shitty situations where it's like, bruh, is it gonna get better for me? But it's like, honestly, it's like the perspective that I've grown that really helps me is like to stay down.
Yeah.
Even though like things are looking grim right now and things aren't going your way, it's only temporary. Like all the bad shit is temporary. Like the good shit is going to come. If you put that work into it, if you're like really mentally on your purpose, that shit is going to pay off in the end.
Yeah. I was going to say, for me, like, I just worry about the things that I can control. Like, if it's out of my control, like I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like I don't stress about it. If it's in my control and like I know, I could change the outcome of whatever is going on, then, so be it. But to be honest, I don't really stress too much about stuff.
I wish I was like y'all, man.
How about, hey, bro?
I can't. Like, I drive myself in fits. And it's like, it's funny, like, when Jordan said, I'm going to be completely real. Because I was talking to my sister, and I realized that, like, how I am as an artist, or, like, where I want to be, my art isn't for me. As much as I, want it to be, it's really, my goal is to save somebody. Like, if there is another, I don't care if nobody sees my stuff, right? But if it's one person whose life I changed by seeing my stuff, if it was one person whose life I've changed by having him hear my voice or hear my story, then I won. Like,
you completed your job.
Then I completed my mission on this earth, right? So I'm be completely like transparent, because I know there's probably somebody out here and that needs it. But like, I know like how you go through your day to day, but like I'm gonna go back, right? So I really started going through my stuff since I would say like I was 11, right? But didn't really know that, I didn't really have names for it. Like it was names, but like you didn't really start getting these names until like kind of like now, or really understanding like, I was doing these things. I might have been depressed, or I was doing these things, or I would be doing something. It's hard for me to breathe. I get sway, my hands shake. Maybe that was me having an anxiety attack, and I did not know that I was having an anxiety attack, because when you a man, when you a boy and you growing up, everybody's like, fuck, like, what you nervous for? Like, be crying under this, being like, you gotta do. And for me, like, when I was in London, that's when my depression really started getting to the best of me. And that was like the worst I've ever been in my life. And I'm gonna be real. And it hurts me to say it out loud. Gotcha. All right, folks, we have technical difficulties. The same way that that we working on ourselves, we still working on this.
Technical.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a time where when we get to the thousands of subscribers, and then your people that was here from day one could be like, damn, I remember they used to stop every episode, every 5 minutes on some technical stuff. But
hey, bro, we growing.
Yeah, we growing. So grow with us, please. And just to get back to what we was talking about. So like, when I was, this is when I know like it was really getting bad for me. I was really going through a lot, like more like personal stuff, friendship stuff, family stuff, and everything that started to really catch up with me. And like it just sent me in a frenzy. And I was like, I'm abroad, like I'm in London, like this is where I wanted to be. Like I love it. Like it's theater, it's film, it's artsy people, like it's everything that I like. And I couldn't do anything. Like that was like one of the first moments in my life where I really did not feel like myself. And I'm a social guy. I can literally go to anywhere and talk to somebody. And I couldn't talk to nobody. Like I tried. The words could not come out. I just could not figure it out. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. It would be some days, bro, I wouldn't shower. Like I would just literally just be stuck. Like I would literally just sit down all day in my bed and just like do nothing.
Nah, I could definitely relate to like what you've been going through, because that same shit, it was like after the football season at Lincoln, that's when like my depression, like not even after, but like during the summer camp is like when that shit really started to, them days of just me being down, sad, like that was my real depression stage right there, because it was like, first, it was like that thing that I've trained all my life for. I went to college for. Shit, I should be going to the next level for. That was not working out for me. And it was like I was losing the love and the passion I had for it day by day by day. And it was like, damn. that's not working out for me. And honestly, I felt that depression through the whole school year. Because even after I quit, I still ain't find what I like, my purpose in life.
Because you know what's interesting is that you, and even like growing up, you do these things, and you can't really tie your happiness to goals in a weird way. And like, let me explain. So like, I was talking to my therapist the other day, and he asked me a really good question that it took me the whole like session to come up with. And it was like, what does happiness look like? And I'm sitting here, I'm like, shit, happiness look like, boy, when I got motherfucker, you know, I got Pharrell at my shows, you know what I'm saying? I was, you know, I got like people saying this, so I got millions of dollars and free as this, and I was saying all this stuff, and he's like, no, what does happiness mean? And then when I was sitting back and I was really thinking, and I was like, it has nothing to do with the goals that I'm necessarily setting, because I can accomplish all of that and still blow my brains out at the end of the day. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's why billionaires is doing that. They accomplish their goals and they're killing themselves because they not happy, right? And when I was sitting there, I was realizing that like that happiness is really being at peace with the uncertainty of life. Like being able to know that life can bring you good at one moment, terrible at the next, and knowing that that's just the way that the universe works. That's just life. It sucks. It's hard to explain, but that's why the way it is. And that's happiness. Well, that's what we came up with. Like, happiness is being able to keep my mental when things aren't going my way, when things are bad, when people may not reach out to me, when this happens in my relationships, or this happens in this way. Like, being able to still not want to hurt myself because life isn't working out in my favor. And I think that was what my goal of happiness is. But that's your point. Like you're right. Like you trained all your life for this. You've been playing football since you was young. You get to a spot. You like, why isn't what I was supposed to do not bringing me any happiness? And that's when you really got to like really sit down and you reevaluate everything that you thought you knew, every little, and then you start looking at what other people have been saying to you along the way, and you really start paying attention to how people moved, how people used to say things, the backhanded compliments, the bullshit that you probably went through at combines, the crap with recruitment. Like you really start thinking about all of that, and then it feeds into your insecurities as a man, as a person, which in a way fuels that anxiety, that depression, that all of that, the bipolar, like that influences everything. Yeah. Like I know I'm talking fast, but like this is like, mental health is really a topic that like
I can really like resonate to, because it's like it's a lot of shit that's actually fuck with my mental. Yeah, but that's because of sports, because not even sports, just a lot of life general. Yeah, bro. Like sports, in-house shit at work, shit I see on a daily. But like honestly, the question that you asked, like, what does happiness mean to you? That's a good ass question.
What does it mean to you? Like, how does happiness look to Jordan Maffett and Rahmani Holt? I'm gonna start with Jordan. I don't mean to make it like interview style, but I'm just curious. Like, I want to know I really want to know what your ideas of happiness looks like.
Well, I know, to me, what happiness looks like to me is like being one with yourself.
For and also, please know, I don't mean to cut you off. This doesn't have to have an answer right now. At this stage.
I would say I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know if I got an answer right now. But see, brother, and the thing that we need to start doing that people. I'm so sorry to cut you off, Jay.
You good?
But I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. But people have got to stop with the always giving answers to stuff, bro. Some things I don't know.
You gotta really think about your answer, and people are so like caught up in holding this image that they just like, oh yeah, I know everything, but it's like it's okay not to know everything.
It's okay to not know.
It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to like want to know more about a certain topic.
100%.
I don't know. People nowadays, they're just.
But you were saying how happiness is being at one with yourself. I'm not about to let you lose your point. You good. I'm curious what you was about to say.
But like once you're one with yourself and like you in that flow, I don't really know how to describe. It's like something that I gained throughout like after my depression, after I've like did self-reflecting, after all this shit to like really better myself. I became one with myself. And there's some days, it's even some days today where I lose track at being one with myself, but basically being one with yourself is basically having full control of like your life, your emotions, your like what you do on a daily. And like you said, Marty, if it's things that I can't control, I just it's one thing somebody like I learned that if a situation happens, you do two things. You either solve it or you get over it, for real. And I've always abided by that.
Or walk away.
Or walk. I mean, that's get over it.
Get over. Yeah. You got a point.
But that's something I try to abide by, and it helped me like just think of the positive stuff that was going on, and like just not worry about the negative, because those negatives always slow me down. Yeah. They always slow me down from getting to the next goal. But
no, I was gonna say, for me, I'll say like the most like depressed I'll say like I've been is probably just like with relationship stuff, and y'all know about it.
I would agree. Yeah. Mine's probably the same way.
It's for real, just like I would say that, and then my time at Lincoln, like I felt
I seen
like a failure, like cause like my mom, like she was pissed. Like I went up there and I told her, I was like, Mom, I can't do this. Like I don't want to do football anymore. Da da da. And I love my mom. I gotta be real. She was like cussing me out and stuff. And now just like I told myself, I was like, fuck this. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. Cause like at the end of the day, who's gonna be there? It's me. This is my shit. So I'm just like, all right, fuck it. So I told my coach, like, I'm done. I let him know. I'm like, I'm done. And I withdrew from the school and stuff on my own. And then after that, like, that's when I started, working at Tommy and stuff. And then, I just took a little break from school. And then, like, after, it was like 2 years, because I worked at Tommy for like 2 years. And after a while, it's just like, I got back into school, went to Morgan, transferred to Townsend, and then, recently just graduated. So
I say it worked out.
It worked out in my favor. I just had to stay down.
You had it was the path.
Stay down.
Yeah. It's this play. I'm a play guy. It's like sometimes it's by Edward Albee. It's the zoo story. It's sometimes you have to go sometimes you have to go a long distance. What's the quote? Damn it! I hate when I do that. It's like, I keep talking. I gotta find this quote now.
I know. I got something to say. So
yeah, go ahead. Keep talking. Can I see your phone? I have to find this quote.
For the
I got it. I'm sorry. Sometimes you have to go a long distance out of the way in the wrong direction in order to come back the right way. Like sometimes you have to go like the wrong direction, completely out of the way. Like somewhere that you just might be the long way, but that way is what got you. To hear. And I know I'm butchering the line because I love this place so much, and I'm mad that I'm butchering it. But yes, I'm sorry to cut you off. I had to.
That's some real shit.
Yeah,
but now like with the relationship stuff, like this is high school, so like I'm going through it and like dealing with what I was dealing with, but like looking back at it now, it's just like again that shit was out of my control. You know what I'm saying? So like
you just had to get over it.
Yeah, I just had to get over it and not dealt with it, and here now.
I do find that is a toxic. That's not toxic because you got over it.
Yeah. But
it is a toxic trait that falls on masculinity and how men handle trauma, right? And I think that and what's interesting, what I'm hearing with all of our stories, like y'all both played football, right? You went to Lincoln, and you started playing after your first season. You didn't even start the season, and I stopped playing ball my junior year of high school, like going into my senior year, so I stopped. And we all had this sports upbringing, right? Which is another masculine thing of just like get over it, deal with it, figure it out.
That's drilled into us,
and it's drilled into all of us, and that's so. It's very toxic because go ahead. What you about to say?
No, I was gonna say like in the time, like I didn't just get over it. Like I had nights where I was crying.
Yeah,
I had to let it out. But I'm saying like now that I'm grown and stuff, and like I'm realized like that shit was out of my control.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah,
and even today, it's still like when I say get over it, I don't just mean like just be like fuck it.
Deal with it.
Like it's something else. Like feel how you feel, but don't be in that state for too long where it brings you down and it you just down, like depressed, and it's like all submerging you, and you just overwhelmed with these feelings of sorrow. Like,
and sometimes it's easier said than done.
And trust me. It's been times where I'm literally stuck there, but you really have to like pull yourself out. Remind yourself, even if you don't have anybody to let you know that it's going to be okay, you gotta remind yourself that it is going to be okay. Bad things are temporary.
Yeah.
As long as you're on your purpose. And you know what you got to do at the end of the day, and you came with that acceptance that, like you said earlier, life is going to come.
It's of recognizing that life is that balance of the good and the bad.
And even I'm breaking up something from the previous episode, like what you said, Monty, living life in color.
Yeah.
Taking everything life gives with you. So it's like, some days it's okay to feel like that, feel like shit. Feel like crying. Shit, every time I feel down, I write in a journal. I write down why I feel a certain type of way, what made me feel a certain type of way, and what I can do to get over it and make myself feel better. And I feel like writing definitely helps me overcome sad feelings for real.
It's definitely a nice coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Can I say something quick?
I
thought John was about to say something.
John was getting ready.
I wasn't like he was getting ready.
No, I wasn't. I just think you made a good point.
Oh, okay.
No, I do be rapping sometimes. I do be rapping.
But no, all I was gonna say was that for the guys, I know we all grew up like with the mindset of like, oh, you're a boy, you can't cry, you can't show emotion,
deal with it
type shit. But I just want to say, like, I feel like you're more of a man if you're able to, like, I need to cry. Let me cry right now.
Yeah,
that's real.
Like, you're more of a man if you are able to do that, I would say. But that's all I wanted to say. Get off my chest.
I agree. That's gangster.
Yeah,
that's real. That's gangster. Real. That's literally being real with yourself. You feel this way, so you gonna let it be known that you feel this way.
Yeah, in a way that's not hurting you and the people around you. Like yes,
it doesn't make you a bitch or a pussy. Like, bro, you're letting out your emotions.
Yeah,
like bottling up. How is that gonna help you? If you just bottle it up, let it out, bro.
It's because what's gonna happen is that you're gonna bottle it up. It's gonna keep coming. It's gonna keep bottling up, and the next thing you know, it's gonna take the stupidest thing to get you to just. Yeah. And then think about it, right? There's so many people that are probably in prison right now, in jails right now, right? Because they have so much trauma that they never dealt with, right? And they keep it in, and then it just happened that one night they just be out, and somebody say little words that may trigger them, and to think back to those times. Then they lose it. They snap for like 5-10 seconds. Now they in jail for the rest of their life. Yeah. Right? And it's that stuff right there.
It only takes a second, like you said.
It takes a second.
Just to like really either go down two ways. Either one, like not bottle it up, actually let out how you feel, or keep it bottled up. And one day that bottle is going to burst.
And it's just over with.
And it's like...
Dude, now you're just not a harm to people. You're a harm to people. Mainly you're a harm to yourself.
Yeah.
Mainly. You're a harm to yourself first.
It's better for that bottle to be poured out than for it to bust and then like glasses everywhere.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree.
Trust me.
Yeah. I definitely agree. That is... Man, y'all really got me thinking. I think... But I wonder, like, what are some ways? Like, of course, we can say, like, I feel like we need to invest more in, like, in like a healthcare sense, where like therapy and psychiatrists. And I mentioned this. I was talking to my sister about this. I think that every kid, how we get shots coming back. I think every kid needs to have like a mental, like a help, like a
check-in, like
a therapist needs to give like a complete like. I'm losing the terminology for it. Like a
session,
not a session, but like you need to give like a exam. I don't want to say like an exam of the mind. I don't want to say that, but like let's do you have this? Are you
a
going
diagnosis?
Yes, like a diagnostic. Yes, like a mental health diagnostic. Yes, you got it, bro.
Got that vocab.
Yes, like a mental health diagnostic. Every student needs to do that before they come to school. I think that needs to be mandatory.
Yeah.
I think that's also how we do physical. How they do physicals.
Literally, yeah.
You can't even play a sport without a physical.
I feel.
So you mean, and that's why I think sport. That's a whole nother topic. But I think that's why sports is modern day slavery, bro. Because it's like you expect me.
That's a topic for another.
That's a topic for another day. Because I can go off about this.
Hey.
You expect me as a black man. I feel the plight of a black athlete. I'm not a black athlete like how LeBron and them is, but I feel them, bro. And I'm glad that now they are at a point where they like, give me my money. Like I'm at a point. You risk your life, your body, day in and day out. No one ever. There's no mental checkups like that in the NBA and MLB and NFL. It may be, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it is, right? So you
ain't had none in high school.
Yes. So you mean to tell me I'm sitting there and I'm doing all this stuff, and you have coaches who mess with your mental? You have coaches who literally call you the most outlandish things, bro. Like what? You need to. They need mental health stuff to know. Okay, this child is this. You can do but this. This child has suicidal ideation. He's playing football to cope. What the dude? You look like as a coach, kind of like egging him on, like or saying some wild stuff. You adding on to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think it needs to be like that for sports. It needs to be like that when you come into school for jobs. Yeah. There needs to be mental health screenings, diagnostics for people and you have to do it now. Cause it can change at any moment, but you never know.
You never know, yeah.
Cause it take that one dude. I'm sorry, I'm rapping. I'm passionate.
But you spitting.
But it takes one person to be not feeling it, to be just going through that. You say something to them, bro. They go home, they get it, and they come back and they shoot the whole joint up. That's real, and it's sad.
Or worse, they shoot themselves.
They shoot themselves. Not even worse, on the same level, or they harm themselves. Yeah. That's why it just. We say stuff about mental health, bro. It needs to be laws. It needs to be policies that's in school systems and job. It needs to be more than just us mentioning on social. That doesn't do shit.
Like just talking about. I mean, not going wrong. We talk about it. I mean, it's important for us to talk about.
It is.
But just one person just going on social media being like mental illness is important. Like that's all they doing. And it's like they're not really helping other people. Like that's like me being like. Mental health is important. Yeah. Then I turn around to Monty and be like, Monty, you's a bum. Like
it's a hypocrisy. Yeah. It is a legit. I'm sorry. You cannot tell me I'm getting a physical so that you can see if my heart is able to play basketball, but my mind isn't able to withstand what that entails.
Yeah. Like
think about that.
You really,
Like really think about that. The draft, the combine. We watch mostly black athletes at the combine because let's be real, the NBA and NFL is black. It's black. It's black people who made them sports what it is. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you think of the top 5 players in NBA history, bro, all black. Yeah,
I was getting ready to say NFL, but
NFL, nah, we got
that
I ain't gonna say that's a whole different thing. But like, bro, the combine, you got these man bro. You listen to the announcers. They be like, oh yeah, he's a specimen, a physical specimen. Look how he can run. Look how he can jump. That's the same thing that slavers did. Like, look at this dude right here. Look at him.
Talking about him like he just realized
it's the same
object. Yeah. Like he realized I got nothing more than just football.
The only difference is why it can't necessarily be slavery is because people are making millions of dollars. That is the only thing. But even still, the owners, the masters, make the billions. Yeah. It's like, I ain't gonna say like it's crumbs to this because at $600 million isn't crumbs. Yeah, I ain't gonna say that, but it's like, damn, bro, I risked my life. Hey, this nigga did.
It's not crumbs, but it's not what they make.
Yeah. Now put it like this. From me personally, and like when I saw this, I was kind of like, But in my opinion, how long have Braun been in the league?
03.
Since 03, right? Me personally, with what he has done for the league himself, he should have been a billionaire. In my opinion, for everything that he's done, he's just now becoming a billionaire.
But that's a whole different topic for a different.
That's just a topic. But yeah, we're getting off topic.
No,
yeah, getting off topic. We're getting a little bit off topic.
Yeah. But I wonder, and I wish I could meet Braun so I can ask him this.
Bro, I would love to meet Braun.
Yeah, I just want to ask him one question: how does he deal with it?
Yeah. Nah, trust me, because with what he with the status that he's at, he got like millions of haters, a lot of pressure. On top with a family. A family by itself is already stressful as shit.
Yes.
But he got to deal with millions of people doubting him, millions of people putting a whole bunch of pressure on him, a lot of people looking up to him, bro. Yeah. His family, bro.
Yeah. Like, if I was to legit meet LeBron, I wouldn't ask him, how did it feel to get that block? I'll probably ask him that like another time.
Yeah.
Like, that would be like my 100th question. Like, I would ask so many questions. But like, my first question I would have to ask that man is, how do you as a black man mentally maneuver through that, bro? Like, I wonder how he does it. And for him to have been at an elite level since he was 17 years old, the haters, the jersey burners, the death threats, the racial slurs, the shut up and how does he what is his coping mechanisms?
No.
Who's his there? What is he doing? Like, I really want to know. Braun, if you're listening, if you want to mention free, if you want to mention the not for sale, please, I want to know. Even if you just say something, I want to know, how do you, because we all do our own, go through our mental stuff. And I'm not going to say it, I don't want to compare it, because like, I'm not going to ever compare my struggles to somebody else's, because my struggles is just as bad as his.
Everybody is.
If it could take my life, but I really want to know, like, how the hell you maneuver through it. Yeah. Like, that is, now that's a story of mental longevity. Fuck physical. Yeah. Shit.
Years and years of dealing with this.
Yes.
Being on this platform.
And there's no athlete in history that has got it like Braun did. And we could argue it. I don't care. That's a different discussion for a different day. Like,
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think, as far as somebody who came in at 17 to his hometown, you got to get this ring. Leaves. People hate him. Comes back.
His own teammates.
Comes back. Gets a ring for his land. Leaves again. Gets another ring. And they had to deal with all of this stuff and still keep his integrity as a black man. Was real. He's not in the media for no stupid stuff. He's not cheating on his wife. Like, really, the most upstanding image of what a black man should be. Yeah. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, he's one of my idols.
Yeah, I really want to know how he maneuvers through this life. Damn. That's beautiful. Kind of segueing from sports. Do you think your art plays into your mental health? Like, in a negative way sometimes?
A negative way?
Yeah, sometimes.
I mean,
like, I'm curious about that.
Honestly, the only thing I can say is that with my art, a lot of it, I will say this. With my art, I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad, but I do use a lot of blue. Like, a lot of dark blue in my shit.
Yeah, they do say that, like, colors, like, the way people use colors in art, like, it could have meaning to, like, how you feeling.
Yeah, they do that in film, too.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I ain't gonna hold you. Most of the shit that I have is in the ultramarine blue. I start off with that ultramarine blue, and I want to, like, steer in another direction, like, you know, have like a brighter color, a more spring color, a brighter color,
like lively,
a lively color, you know,
I would say lively,
a more happier color. Word. But like, I always go to blue, that ultramarine dark blue.
Yeah, that's deep.
So that's one thing I will say, like, has a negative impact for my art, because I want to do something different, but literally just stuck on blue.
Yeah, I mean, but you'll find it.
Trust me.
But you gotta stick with it, because, and I think the jazz, like how you got John Coltrane, how he has Blue Train, or Miles Davis kind of blue. Yeah. It all blue, bro.
So, hey,
blue, you gotta love Supreme when you find your spiritual and mental awakening.
Blue is like my favorite color. Don't get me wrong, I love me some blue, but it's like,
Yeah, definitely.
I can definitely build something with orange.
Or yellow.
Or green.
Or red. It's so many colors.
Many living in color, bro.
Yeah. Monty, what do you think your art?
I was gonna say, like, it's either like I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't have the answer, or it's like I haven't really experienced any like negative things my art does to my mental.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I honestly don't know.
I ain't gonna hold.
For me, for me, it's like my art, helps my mental. If anything, like,
I was about to say that.
Yeah, like when I'm doing it and making art and stuff, like it really like takes me away from all the stuff social media and just all this going on in the world. It really just takes me away, and I just zone in and focus on this one thing.
That's deep.
And to pick up from what he said, like literally, when I'm doing my art, I literally like he said, zone in. I forget about everything else that's going on, and I'm like centered on this canvas. I want to create something.
That's interesting. I'm kind of the opposite.
Really?
In a weird way.
I would say, like, if the only way, my bad to cut you off.
No, you're not cutting
the
me
only
off.
way, like, it would probably do something negative to my mental is if I'm like sitting there in front of a canvas and I'm like trying to make something like that's so perfect.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Perfection kills art. Yeah, and that's like why it's bad for me sometimes, because I am an ultra perfectionist, and that's why I do other forms that I don't really care if I'm perfectionist about. But I think perfection is something that I strive for, and I'm never gonna be perfect. It's impossible. But I also think that for me, it's hard to disconnect to the world when I make my art, because my art is so much embedded to what's going on right now. Like everything that I create, like most of my films, and I don't want to. I'm not in like a. And I always say this, like I'm not political, but one of my best friends, Jay Nisha, was like, "John, you're political, bro." And then, like the stuff that I write and the things that I say, like how I move, how I write my stuff, and I find that it's so detached. It's attached to what I see on social media, so it is hard for me to decipher. Which also, because I need to be in the right state of mind sometimes to write that stuff.
Nah, trust me, cause like I ain't gonna lie to you. When I do like my art, the main reason why I say it doesn't like negatively impact me, because usually when I do art, I'll create like a character, or I'll create like a space, like an environment, right? And usually like that's like my happy place. Yeah. When I'm painting something, when I'm drawing something, that's where like my happy place is. A tree. Some nice, beautiful views. It could be the city. It can be mountains. It can be a forest. Oh yeah. When I do my art, it's like that's where I want to be. Like sit back, stargazing, the big ass moon.
Yeah.
A beautiful view of the world. A city at night. That's my happy place.
Yeah.
That's like literally when you go on top of a building to look at a view, on top of a hill to look at a view. That's what I'm doing. I'm just creating my view.
Yeah, I definitely do I want to get to that point though.
Yeah.
I just think that right now in my artistic career, I have so much that I have withheld from the world, as far as like my mental and like my history, and I think that I need to get that out.
I was about to say,
first.
I feel like with your art, it's a bunch of real shit, and that's why it's so hard for you to like
to do it.
It's so much real shit that you have to let the world see, because a lot of it isn't really exposed to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's fair.
So in order for you to like you said, do your goal, touch not touch somebody, but actually
connect,
reach out to somebody and connect with them, you have to dig deep into like where your root is, like what the root of that issue is, because maybe somebody else has that same root, and they're like, damn, I'm going through that same thing, or damn, I can relate to what he's going through.
Yeah,
and actually like learn, build.
I was gonna say, like, it just takes time.
It literally does, bro.
It does.
Which I think, it's a wrap.
I think it's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Okay, so
go ahead, knock him out with that Ali right hook, money.
All right, so we just want to thank y'all for tuning in for episode 3. We really appreciate y'all. We we see all the comments and those that's showing love. Again, we appreciate y'all. We love
y'all. Definitely.
100.
I'm gonna put our Instagrams right here below us, and I want y'all to take the time out to check out our website, free filmworks.com. Check it out. Check out our merch store and everything. If you could, it would help if you supported us and bought a T-shirt or something. Anything will help.
Especially for your summer needs.
Yeah. And they look. Our merch is kind of. I think it's fire.
Hey, it's pretty fucking fire to me.
Yeah. So if you could do that, support us. Like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll see y'all next time.
Don't forget, y'all, check up on y'all mental. Make sure you're okay.
Most importantly.
Make sure you're okay. Make sure the people around you are okay. Peace, love.
Peace and love.
Peace.